Okay, so here we have an exercise that should hopefully prevent the horse from rushing. I know a lot of people have problems with their horses rushing through combinations or simply rushing to a single fence. So what we've got set up here is a placing pole about 2.5–3 yards, relatively small cross pole, and then a short distance, about 6 yards or so, to a little small upright with, more importantly, a placing pole in between, roughly in the middle between the two fences, and then with another placing pole after the last upright there. The idea of this is so that the horses can look down and look at the placing pole and make a sort of rounder shape, and they actually have to concentrate and think about where they're putting their feet instead of just rushing on and getting out of balance and charging at the next fence. The ground pole in between just acts as that little, almost like a little speed bump, so that actually the horses can't go flat out over it. They have to wait and they have to go in rhythm. And another useful exercise is if your horse has a tendency to rush off after the fences, make sure you ride in a straight line and then just quietly come back, either transition back to walk or to your halt. For more established horses, you can even put in a rein back, just so that all the time they're listening to you and they're not thinking too forwards and flat and long. Good, so much better balance there after the fence, coming back quicker to me and softer and rounder in the contact. Okay, so now as you can see, we've introduced another element to the grid, another upright here, followed again by a ground pole on the landing side. Again, the distance is short, maybe slightly longer than the one between the cross pole and the upright as the horse's stride naturally gets longer, but only by a couple of feet. So we're talking sort of about 6.5 yards between the second upright and the final element. And again, the ground rail there, just so that they can keep looking and that they can't rush to this final element. Slightly, I mean, a couple of holes bigger than the first upright, but that's not really the exercise. That doesn't really matter. The height's not too much of an issue. It's about keeping the same rhythm and just keep it nice and relaxed and easy. So with an exercise like this, it'd be much more beneficial to come in the trot. Just come in a nice quiet trot with the same energy, but just keep it nice and quiet. If you come in the canter, you're already thinking long, so that time we just got a little bit quick to the last upright. So we'll just come and do that once more and just see if we can keep a better rhythm. Whoa. 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 Yeah. And again, once off the left rein. Yeah, good. Very good, so nicely. With this kind of exercise, coming into the grid is almost your most important part. If you come in with a little bit too much tempo or a little out of balance, then it's difficult to regain that as you go through the grid. You want to come in on the perfect balance, the perfect rhythm, and then you've got to try and keep that through the grid. The horse makes a little mistake. If you start from the perfect rhythm, then there's a little bit of leeway. If you go in, then obviously you're going to come out out of balance and out of the rhythm you went into. So it's all about making that preparation through the turn, keep it nice and smooth and quiet, get your straightness, and then like that last time, stay nice and quiet into the first pole, and then the whole thing should just flow nicely.